The speed at which he's taken to Arsenal has been, I think that's what's been really impressive, hasn't it? Like, that so much pressure comes with a price tag like that, especially as an English player. You always, I think, top English players always get kind of tagged as a bit overrated because they command a bigger fee. And yeah, I think this Arsenal team, like you were saying, Xhaka moving on, there was, big holes to fill, and yet this Arsenal midfield looks as dynamic as it ever has. The fact that he's brought a lot of leadership to the side as well, that goal against United that we were just seeing in September as well, like the connection with the fans has been very quick as well. Like every Arsenal fan I know just absolutely adores him. And so to come into such a big club and have that big an impression already just speaks volumes.
Yeah, I think he was 10 million cheaper than Caicedo, wasn't he? So I'm not saying 105 is a bargain, but definitely not. Michael, you're a bargain. How is he performing so far?
Thanks, Rob. Very well indeed, and he'll be worth every penny if Arsenal are lifting trophies at the end of the season. He lifted a trophy, of course, for West Ham in June, the Europa Conference League, so he should get a good reception tonight, surely. He's joined the red half of North London, not the other half of North London. Games played, 10 goals scored, 2, the assists 1, chances created 7. The key ones maybe in his position down here, tackles 1, 13, interceptions 14. You only have to see his performances, though, week in, week out for Arsenal. You feel he's taken them on to another level. Injuries to the likes of Thomas Partey don't seem to be so key when you've got Declan Rice to call upon now, gents.
Yeah, I think it's hard to judge whether Arsenal have become a much better team with him overall. I think we'll see that over the next year or two. But when you look at their performance this year, I think they're second after 10 games on 24 points and they're unbeaten. There's been a lot of talk saying that Arsenal are, not necessarily blowing teams away like they were at the start of last season, but they've only got 3 points less at the same stage. They're playing in Europe as well, which obviously brings its own challenges. The squad has to be deeper, and so far I think Arteta is managing it well, and I think Rice, when you look at the other midfielders who are playing around him as well, I think it's clear to see how important Rice has become in that sense. He's been the constant. I think only William Saliba and Ben White have played more minutes than him for Arsenal in the league so far this term, and his performances have allowed the likes of Kai Havertz, who had a bit of a slow start, to bed in. Someone like Fabio Vieira as well, who last season wasn't starting very regularly. Like, he's managed to have a bit of an impact in games as well. Emil Smith-Rowe, who had his first start on the weekend since May 2022 and impressed, he's been able to come into that midfield and slot in. So I think that's probably been the main effect in the short term, is that midfield has been able to change quite a lot around Rice, but they're still winning games, and Rice's performances allow the others around him to thrive.